I'll come back, as we earlier said, we're going to be taking a comprehensive look over the leap of inaugurations and developmental projects that were taken in Asyut and in Upper Egypt in general. As we all know, that President Abdel Fattah Sisi is giving or considering a special focus over Upper Egypt and developmental projects on every front there. And very delighted to be having with us Mr. Abdel Rahman, and he's our political analyst. Good morning, Mr. Abdel Rahman.
Good morning to you, and hello to the dear viewers.
Let's first seize President Abdel Fattah Sisi's efforts to achieve notable development in Upper Egypt. We're not talking about a specific front, but on every front, the President is keen on giving a Midas touch so that he could bring sustainable development by the end of 2021, or you name it, 2022, to all of Upper Egypt. If you like to elaborate.
Well, I believe that we have witnessed 7 golden years in our history of development in this country, in this nation. We have accomplished greater projects that have never been achieved since, I'm not saying decades, I'm talking about centuries. If we're talking about the Upper Egypt sector, we witnessed too many projects accomplished there. For the very first time, the people in Upper Egypt felt how the leadership of this country really see them closely, thoroughly, and in touch with every inch of the ground, on the ground in Upper Egypt. We have witnessed greater projects there. We have witnessed too many factories, too many industrial, agricultural projects that are, I believe, they are one a greater project if they can be compared by other projects as a strategy all over the world. I believe they have the lead. The lead goes without saying.
And we are going, of course, to later on set a very successful experience under the title of the Egyptian experience, like the Japanese experience or the Singaporean or Malaysian experience, and the successful experiences of those like. We need to also focus over the importance of the Asyut Petroleum Complex as the largest complex in Upper Egypt to date until now. It was also inaugurated by the President.
That, of course, comes along with the strategy of developing our solar power, our powers sources, whether it's petroleum, whether it's gas, whether it's sun. We have achieved a lot in this arena. And I believe you have mentioned about the technology coming from Malaysia or Japan. We are nationalizing this technology in Egypt. We are not anymore just exporting, but we are building the roots.
We are industrializing this,
yes,
establishing a complete industry.
Within a patriotic base. That can be fruitful for the Egyptians at first, and for the other associates as just only the benefits of the investments. But the main fruit here is for the Egyptians to have their own technology, their own industry, their own experiences, their own expertise. A new generation of expertise are being built as a base for the Egyptian mind. We are building the Egyptian mind, the Egyptian identity.
Let's talk about the health projects. As we all know, that the health file is witnessing a complete makeover, and the President is also giving a special concern to upgrading and developing with the health file on different fronts, like establishing even medication industry for the COVID-19 that is going to be localized over here. We don't have to import it, like you earlier pointed out to other fronts. And he's also focusing over establishing different hospitals and different specializations that would give the medical services to the people of Upper Egypt, instead of, would save them the trip of going from Upper Egypt to Cairo if they have chronic disease. Let's talk about that file and how that file is mirroring the political leadership concern as in developing and upgrading the health file.
I believe that the Health International Organization has witnessed that Misr, Egypt, has confronted too many local disease like virus C. We have eliminated that virus from Egypt. As we have faced the threat of the COVID-19 or the Corona or Omicron or whatsoever, we have taken the best strategy to have the best vaccines and provide those the citizens of Egypt with those vaccines at the highest level. And also we didn't go along with the international stream by closing the economy. No, we have kept our economy opened, kept our wheels running. We never stopped our economy to grow, as well as we have taken the very best of the vaccines for the people, and we have, I believe, that we have achieved very narrow numbers that was infected, and I believe that after it's spread in the whole country now, we have witnessing too many numbers are being infected. This is a very important thing. The health sector, the health file, is on the table of the president each and every day, and it's getting even better and better every day.
Right, and he has earlier noted, and he have noted on every occasion that we are looking forward or working tooth and nail on establishing a full localized national medication, anti-COVID medication here nationally, domestically.
Exactly.
He has been given statements, yes, official statements about that.
We are already about to launch our new vaccine, the Egyptian vaccine.
Apart from the vaccine, we're talking about the medications,
of
like
course,
the new medications that are going to be given to stand up facing the different upcoming variants, which Egypt don't really suffer from until this very moment.
It takes a very strong will to have this decision to be made, to have our own medical industry in Egypt. Why? Because the industrial health economy is large, and there are large tycoons for this economy all over the world. We are challenging those icons, those tycoons, that international symbols of the greater companies for medication, by building our own, by establishing our own base of medical health projects, our own line of medication. This is a very strong and leading role internationally, and of course on the continent of Africa and the Middle East.
Of course, and also talking about the infrastructural projects that is, for no doubt, have witnessed a huge leap, not only by Upper Egypt, but everywhere. In Al-Alamein, in Sinai in particular, have transformed Sinai into an industrial and economic and even technological educational hub, and other places also in Egypt. So let's talk about the infrastructural projects and its importance in connecting parts of Egypt together and also attracting foreign investment.
Did you say infrastructure? how can you believe
Saving
that
time, money, and of course,
all those projects, these mega projects, are being established in this country for those 7 years, are only infrastructures, infrastructure projects.
and in very
Only
little time.
infrastructure. In a very little time. We have spent £1 trillion or dollar, like the president have mentioned the day before yesterday, for only building an infrastructure for Egypt to come, for the new republic. Letting alone that we are getting ready to build the main pillars of the new republic. The main pillar. We have passed the stage of building the infrastructure, the base, and we are building now the pillars of the new republic. You have also mentioned Sinai. Sinai, as well as the Upper Egypt sector, they have suffered for decades of neglectance. They were neglected by all means. We have witnessed Egyptians living in Sinai just like they are living in the Middle Ages.
That's true. But also, when we talk about our Upper Egypt is a place that has a special importance. It has the history, it has a touristic also value,
Of course.
and it has 1/3 of the world monuments, and it has a special, and it has also its legacy when it comes to history of the people, the culture of the people, too many cultures. I mean, it's a diverse importance when we talk about the importance of that strategic part in Egypt.
Do you know that?
And probably the Egyptian administration had that in mind.
Of course. You know that the roots of the main race of Egypt is coming from Upper Egypt.
Of course.
Actually. From this point, this part of the earth, the Egyptians flourished as a nation, and they have led the whole world toward civilization. So I believe, I'm sure, totally believe that we have witnessed the royal festival in Luxor. We have witnessed the messages that were launched from there, the symbols of the Egyptian civilization. It's true that we own those symbols, not other powers of the world. We are the leading power. We are only now building the new greater Egypt, starting from Upper Egypt.
And as it has always been.
Of course.
Since the pharaohs.
Of course.
The foundation of Egypt have been Upper Egypt to start up with.
That's what I'm talking about. From Thebes, the beginning of the Egyptian civilization, from Abydos, from Dandara, from these points, points of light. The humanity was enlightened. We have this spirit from the Upper Egypt. By the way, also, Upper Egypt was only the strongest defense against any occupation forces, the strongest against the Pharaoh of the Hyksos, against the Romans, against the Greeks, against the British, French, whatever. They were the very solid base, along with the events that occurred in Egypt in the last decade. The Upper Egypt people were the solid power, the solid leap of this nation that kept the stability of the whole country. Of course, they were neglected for decades, and now they are breathing. They are now just feeling alive again. There are too many projects, too many work opportunities. The people won't have to travel abroad to get a
Or
kind of
even,
a
or
decent
take
living.
the hassle to go to even to Cairo, to the capital.
Exactly.
They will stay right where they are. But you cannot, actually, it's nice to be witnessing all those developmental projects, but we cannot detach ourselves from the major situation worldwide, which is the pandemic and the new strains. And, you know, we wake up every day and we find a different strain that could be opposite or counter to the vaccines that the world is trying to establish, to stand up to those vaccines or to protect our health from those vaccines. And the president also and the Egyptian his administration haven't forgotten this particular file, and he have established the 100 million lives, and you know, spreading all those campaigns, health campaigns worldwide, all over Egypt, to vaccinate people, to look after the health of people, to even analyze some the disease for people earlier before COVID, and you name it.
You can see
this has been also going on in Upper Egypt.
That's what you and me, we are witnessing, living it within the streets, among our colleagues in our workplaces. We are getting along with this issue. It's not an issue anymore. We are dealing with it. We wouldn't have accomplished or reached that feeling of stability and feeling safe towards such a great threat if we didn't have a leadership that really keeping their people safe, their country, its country safe, the people in the streets are feeling safe. We are, of course, I'm vaccinated. Too many of my friends. We have enhancing this strategy in Egypt, and I believe by the end of this year, this coming year, God's willing, we'll have the thing over and done, and it's going to be history.
How can development projects that the state have been establishing over 7 years now or more in Upper Egypt succeed to raise the standards of living and provide job opportunities to the people in Upper Egypt, and able to upgrade their lives and make their lives much better? It has been already established, but talking in general, I mean, the plan for sustainable development, how do you imagine it's going to work?
Well, I myself know companies that are working in Upper Egypt right now as we are speaking, under the umbrella of a decent life project for Egyptians. When the investors are pouring to Upper Egypt, that wouldn't be happening if we didn't have the environment for this investments. The investor wouldn't go to a place if he didn't feel it's safe for his money to go there and invest, however it's patriotic. We are witnessing too many companies working there right now in Asyut, in Sohag, in too many in the Red Sea parts of this country. In Sinai, we have witnessed a great those tunnels that connected Sinai with the center of the country. It has a very significant strategic
Mm.
importance. This channel, Suez Canal channel, Suez Canal has been for decades, for maybe 100 years. A preventer. It prevented our troops to move to Sinai easily if we have faced a threat from the eastern front. Now with those tunnels, we are easily can be moving our troops to Sinai in no time. This is very important. We are building projects at the far east of our strategic borders, right under the protection of the army, the Egyptian army. At the far east of each and every inch in the north to the east of Sinai. After we have totally eliminated the terroristic groups from there.
Right.
As well as the same strategy that was applied on Upper Egypt. Those two sectors have suffered for decades, as I told you. And regaining those people under the wings of their own country, it means a lot. It means that those people will feel they belong to this nation.
Right. On that very optimistic note, we'd like to thank you, Mr. Amr Abdurrahman. You are a political analyst, and we'd like to thank you very much for coming over. You have a beautiful day. And we're going to go to a short break, and we'll come to continue the breakfast show, so stay with us.